disk minus L. So SDA10 is my 1 gig file system that I want home to be mounted to. So what I'm going to do is CD into my root first, just to make sure that I'm not in my home directory anywhere. And I'll do ls. So here's home, and let's see if anyone's in. I do have 2 users in there. So I'm going to say, let's rename home to home.0. Then I'm going to make a new directory, home. So where's all my user files right now? Home.0. But now I'm going to, I need to format this guy as an ext file system, nkfs ext4, with whatever options. I don't know if I said to do that with the home directory or whatever. Okay, so I've formatted it, and now I'm going to mount it. Mount dev sda10 to /home. And now I'm going to copy all of my stuff that's in /home.0 into /home. And now I'm going to look in /home. So all my user stuff is over there now. And I'm just going to do ls minus lr. Let's just double check. I'm just curious. It looks like when I copied it, I lost all my ownership. This should all be owned by Joe. So I might need to fix that because, let's look in /home.0. Yeah, all those should be owned by Joe. Okay, so we know how to fix that though, right? Joe, /home, Joe. Oh, and I want to actually make that recursive. And then I do it for the other user that was in there. CIT user, CIT user, CIT user. So I fixed my permissions. So let's see, what else did I do in the screenshots? The other test now would be, can actually log in as Joe. And my home directory is still working, because I copied everything back. And if I do a D, is it df dot? So it shows my home directory is really, so this is my current working directory. It's currently stored on SDA10, whereas before when I logged in, if I would have done that, it would have been on SDA2 or something. So the last thing I have to do is put it in fstab.
And it's just going to be the same as all the others?
That's a lot cleaner. Yeah. Dev SDA10 /home, what is it, ext4 defaults 00. To test that, to make sure my fstab is correct, I'm going to try this. Okay, that's fine. Mount -a. It didn't give me an error. If it had, let me go make an error in here. Let's just say that I have some error here. Right? SDA11 doesn't exist, neither does xhome. Just try it. At least it'll give me a warning, and if that gives me a warning, I need to make sure I do not reboot until I fix all my warnings, because it'll make my system unusable. So I think that did everything we needed to do with our home directory. So here was my history again. Is I created the partition. I copied everything out of home over to home 0, or I renamed it. I'm sorry.
So why didn't you do that part?
What?
Why do you need to copy everything out of home?
Because if I mount something to a directory that already exists, it just, I can't see that stuff in that directory anymore.
It just disappears.
It just disappears.
It gets overwritten.
It doesn't actually get overwritten, you just can't see it.
Will it get overwritten?
No.
It's just a ghost.
So if I mkdir mounts, I already have that. Yeah, whatever. So let's say that Okay, so right now this mounts for, where is it mounted at? SDA2? Okay, I'm going to do, I've already created a partition for this, which is SDA4. So I'm going to do MKFS, ext4. I'm going to format that partition first. And then I got to get out of that directory so I can mount it. I'm going to mount /dev SDA4 to my 4 directory, and then cd into 4. And you can see that foo.txt no longer exists. But if I umount 4 and do an ls again, it's there. So if you mount something over a current existing directory that has stuff in it, it's going to hide that stuff. You'll be like, well, where'd it go? So you need, that's why I needed to copy it or move it over to a different location first before I actually mounted it, and then I copied it back into that partition.
So you're telling me if I want to hide files from people, I could just unmount something that IT-3100. They'd be like, oh, where'd it go?
Yep.
So do you have screenshots for that?
For the
I didn't have, no, I don't think I took any screenshots of that. Because I just kind of wrote down, move, this, that. I guess I could have captured them as I was doing it.
Check
but-
the videos.
Oh, yeah, so he just recorded it.
That's just the last part.
And this, what I just did was recorded, so it might be up tomorrow. Or whenever you get to it. Okay, other questions or things you want me to look at? Debug?
We just load up our spreadsheet, like chart things, along with the other.
Yeah, just upload it in that same spot.
Are you okay with screenshots of the graphs, of the chart?
Sure.
Which assignment is that for?
And the file systems assignment is worth 15 points instead of 10. So, because it's a little bit more intensive.
Don't we have a quiz coming up?
We do actually, I can't remember, is that?
I think it's next week.
October 7th through 11th, yes, quiz 1 will be next week, and remind me on, it'll probably, I'm gonna say around Friday,
According to Canvas, it's on Thursday.
Thursday? So it'll be over at the testing center, but, I think, is that hard to do it? Actually, all you guys have laptops pretty much, right? Should we just do it in class? It's only like 10 questions.
That's
I
way
prefer
easier
that.
than.
I definitely don't like
Should we
the
do class?
testing center.
Let's do it in class. We'll do it in class, let's do it in class on, say, Friday. So, it'll be, I think, I've named it on Canvas, I believe it's the users and groups questions, quizzes, quiz questions.
So we need all of the assignments, like up to this point, done by the quiz, right? Or is it the
No.
test?
I said for the
The
test.
test,
When
okay.
when we do the test on users and groups, I'm not gonna accept any assignments that relate to that test, but quizzes are okay.
Okay.
And these quizzes, they're not worth a lot. I think all the quizzes together are only 5% of our grade, but they will prepare us for the final exam, which is a Canvas multiple choice stuff, like quizzes. Yeah.
When is our first test?
It's like November, right here, November 4th, 5th, around there somewhere. Guess we'll, it's easier on my short schedule. So I had it outlined in my short schedule here, November 8th, it looks like.
Those practicals are gonna be scary.
Scary awesome.
Oh no.
We should have on Halloween now.
Practicals are usually better than multiple choice, at least, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you've done the assignments, it's not that big of a deal.
Multiple choice, you can never quite remember the names, but then practicals, you're like, oh, I've done something before.
And practicals are open note, but don't psych yourself out. Be like, I can just look everything up. You need to know what you're doing, so you don't have to look everything
You
up.
don't have
If
enough time to look at it.
Right, right. Okay, move along. These are not the droids you're looking for. Okay. Let's look at, I talked about all these home directory, file systems, HTTP scripting. We did all those.